Good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. March 3rd, 2026. The war continues. The war in Israel, in Iran, in the Middle East, also in the United States, and now in Spain. Because Donald Trump has told Pedro Sanchez something that left him shaking, the world economy is in danger, and here we are to tell you about it. Folks, your likes, your comments, let's get started. Well, family, look at how we're coming in tonight, how we're starting with everything, oh my. What POTUS did with Pedro Sanchez, he left him in a miserable position with the statements he made. And I had said it, there were going to be repercussions for denying access to the bases in Spain to the United States of America. Things were going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. That's how it went. He made it clear to Pedro Sanchez in less than 24 hours. And then we'll look at this more calmly, we'll analyze it, but the headline you see there, Hezbollah launches a surprise attack on Israel. They've struck Haifa, they've done it on Tel Aviv. There has been launching of rockets and missiles with a range reaching Tel Aviv. That is medium range, not short range, which is what Hezbollah usually launches, but medium range. They have reached the Tel Aviv area. It's a turning point. We've gone hours without Iran launching a wave of missiles at Israel, but Hezbollah is doing it. And we could start thinking about different options, different reasons, different motives for why this is happening. I want to welcome you to this, your channel, to Military Strategies. We are live right now to tell you the truth about what is happening here in Israel. What's going on? You see, I want to explain something to you, and this is quite serious. Today, in some places, I have been accused of lying when I said that the Spanish embassy and the Spanish government have no plan for repatriation or any help or support for Spaniards who are currently stranded in Israel. I'm aware that there are many countries being attacked right now, more than 9 countries. There are Spaniards in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Kuwait, in Qatar. I don't know what's happening there. I know that here, at the moment, there is no plan to get people out of Israel. People, tourists who want to go back home. Breaking news right now, another massive drone launch by Hezbollah in the north. We're going to check it out now and see what's happening. We're also connecting with a camera in Beirut, since things are happening there too. But I'll finish with this. When I said that this is true, that they don't have any plan, it's true. 48 hours ago, I called the Spanish embassy. They told me there is no plan. And today I called again to see if they have any plan to get the Spanish people out of Israel. You can find the answer on my Twitter account, Military Strategies, and you'll see that at the embassy they don't know anything, nor do they seem to want to know much either. This is the reality. There is currently no plan for the extraction of Spaniards who are trying to return to Spain and don't know how. Right now, it's only been 3 or 4 days of war. The situation could become unsustainable. When the United States has already prepared a convoy to evacuate Americans from Israel, and other countries are also preparing convoys to evacuate their citizens through different routes. What about Spain? For now, they don't know anything, nor are they offering any kind of help. I want to make this clear. There's no lying here. There is evidence. It's right there. On my Twitter account as well, breaking news. I'm not going to spend any more time on this news from the last day. No, last night, Military Strategies. I was posting, I was commenting that the B-52s were arriving, the strategic planes. They were already heading to the operations area. 2 hours ago, the use of B-52 planes in the attacks on Iran was confirmed. So the information we gave yesterday is already processed, already evaluated and confirmed. Once again, we were right in our protocol, deployment that is being carried out in this operation. We're still live, folks. We're still live here on Military Strategies. Please, your likes and your comments are super important. And we're going to go quickly. Like I said, we have to go very quickly to Beirut because things are going to happen there. Things are happening. We also have a lot of information to share. We need to look at what's happening right now. In some areas in Iran, there have been more explosions, more videos, more information. But we are going to do all of that here in the next few minutes on Military Strategies. Thank you very much for being live with us. There is the bird, a bird that can carry a lot of weapons, Look at this video. It's the belly of a B-52. You'll see it right here. There it is. Take a look. Carousel munitions, heavy munitions, munitions that can be carried in the base. It can be loaded all the way up with different types of munitions. And also report that Iran is launching cluster munitions in the latest salvos it is firing at Israel. We also need to look at why they are not launching as much and why Hezbollah is now entering the scene. Why is Hezbollah now launching drones over Metula, over Haifa, over Acre? What is happening? And what is Israel's plan now to put an end to this situation? We are very focused on Iran because that's the main issue, but we also need to pay close attention to Lebanon, which is way too close, given the dangers it currently poses to the state of Israel. Footage from today.
Footage of
the fighting continues, the bombings continue. We already have the first image. We even have the very first image. This is incredible, of Israeli fighter jets bombing over Tehran.
it's incredible. This incredible.
There we see it, how the plane is going to deploy and is deploying the munitions. 2 munitions, possibly JDAM munitions, falling on targets inside Tehran. There have been quite a few attacks, and today precisely the Minister of Defense was taken out after just 24 hours in power. 24 hours. What do you think? What do you think about this? We have Super Chats open right now, fam, so you can support our content. If you like it, if you enjoy it, if you think it's worth it, you can support the channel in a more special way. Leave images from Beirut right now, here on Military Strategies. This is thanks to you. We're going to watch these live images from Beirut. What's happening over there? What's going on? There it is. Beirut live. The shelling continues, the fighting goes on, but not only there. The Israeli army is advancing on the ground, sweeping through step by step, moment by moment, minute by minute. Hezbollah is getting very nervous and is starting to fire wildly. So, we may see in the coming days, we may see in the coming hours, that the scenario we saw during the war between Israel and Hezbollah is repeating itself. There will have to be evacuations in the north because the situation will become unsustainable and a deep operation will have to be carried out. All of this without knowing if the United States of America will get fully involved. In the war against Hezbollah.
Thank you.
But what has happened with Donald Trump? What has happened with this story? What's the current situation? Pedro Sanchez has gotten us into a problem, a very serious problem, a problem that we don't realize how much it's going to cost us. The situation with Peter is very, very serious, extremely serious. Also, Peter, who now becomes the Ayatollah, has said that the Spanish bases cannot be used to launch attacks on Iran. Donald Trump has responded to him, and he's not going to like this. In addition to making him look ridiculous, Pedro Sanchez has managed to get the United States, very likely in the next few hours, to cancel all international trade with Spain. I'm not the one saying it. Trump says it.
I have the right to stop, but under that one law, I didn't have the right to charge him, so I have the right to license him. But we gave away a lot of high-end, but we have plenty, but we have unlimited middle and upper. Right to stop, but under that one law.
Incredible. Are you going to see it?
Well, because it happened all very quickly, we thought, and I thought maybe more so than most. I could ask Marco. But I thought we were going to have a situation where we were going to be attacked. They were getting ready to attack.
He has been talking precisely about why he attacked. Iran, because he thought they were going to attack us. I thought they were going to attack us with missiles. This is what Donald Trump said. He confirmed it. But about Spain, what did he say? What did he say about Spain? Get ready, because you're going to tremble. But Sanchez must be saying right now, Earth, swallow me up. In the mess he just got Spain into.
Europe has been on our side. Germany, for example, has been a great country, a great ally.
Other countries, too, also.
También.
The head of NATO, Mark.
I think the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, is a fantastic person. But there are countries like Spain that are a terrible country and ally. So I've already told them to cut off all negotiations with Spain. This already started when all the countries agreed to raise it to 5%, Germany, the rest, but Spain did not. And now Spain has said that we can't use their military bases.
If we want, we could just fly in and use it.
But, well, we can't fly and we can use them. We don't have to ask for permission, but I think they're being very unfriendly, so I've said that Spain doesn't have anything we want.
But they don't have great leadership.
I think they're a fantastic people, but they have terrible leaders, because
Raise it by 5%.
they were the only country that didn't agree to raise spending to 5%. They wanted to keep it at 2%. So we're going to cut all commercial ties with Spain, because we don't want to have anything to do with them.
We're going to cut all business with Spain because we don't want to have anything to do with them. The president of Spain is pathetic. We don't have to ask for permission to use the bases, but we're not interested either. Amazing, because this is the first part. Get ready for the second part. I said it yesterday, you remember, right? Last night I said, business owners who have dealings with the United States of America, take advantage of tomorrow or the next few hours to make your company's last shipment to the United States of America. I was wrong, we failed. What we had said was too exaggerated. So pay attention, because here comes the second part. Hold on to your seats.
It's a question that I have the right to stop, but under that, what happens, to put them in charge, so I have the right to fire them, but I don't have the right to put them in charge, which is frankly ridiculous. But the right was given to us by the Supreme Court, and we have the right as...
It talks about tariffs and stopping businesses. It says, let's talk, for example, about Spain as an example.
I could tomorrow, he says.
I can tomorrow or even today. Better today.
All things related to Spain.
Todo lo que tenga que ver con España.
All business having to do with Spain.
All the businesses that have to do with Spain.
Spain. Stop it.
I have the right to stop them.
Embargoes.
I can impose embargoes. I can do whatever I want. He says, I'm about to do something with Spain. Pay attention. This is historic. What you're about to see now is not just something unique to Donald Trump, it's something we've never seen like this against a country.
Anything I want with it, and we may do that with Spain.
Maybe we're going to do it, and now look where the finger is pointing. What do you think?
Well, sir, I think we're going to talk about it with you.
He says. We've already talked about it with you. You have a strong character to clarify?
We know you can use it.
He says you have a power you can use.
We must use it to ensure national and economic security.
And if you're going to use it for national security interests, we're going to do it.
Scott?
Do you have an opinion about us ruining the business with Spain?
Sir, I conclude that the Supreme Court reaffirmed your authority.
Sir, I would like to add something about the Supreme Court.
To implement an embargo.
And what if we can implement the embargo?
As we've talked from your first term, the Section 301s and the 232s have withheld more than 4,000 lawsuits in J.
D. Vance laughing? Yes.
PR and Commerce are going to instigate.
And J.D. laughing.
We are going to start the investigations and we are going to move forward with them.
And we have instituted a 15% tariff on everything, as you know.
He says, we'll impose a 15% tariff on everyone.
And just use, I'll tell you, we had a couple of
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you. This is magnificent for Spain's economy. It's something wonderful. Explain it tomorrow to the Spanish business people who sell in the United States and to the Spanish businesses that bring products from the United States. That there will be no more business. Explain it to the wine producers, to the wine manufacturers, the wine brands, that Spanish wine will no longer be sold in the United States. Explain to them that Spanish olive oil will no longer be sold in the United States. Explain to them that we will no longer have products from the United States in Spain, some car brands, spare parts, electronics. Explain it now to the Spanish people, because for you, was it a problem that tanker planes land in Moron and Rota? As if Pedro Sanchez thought that just because the planes don't land in Moron and Rota, Iran won't be attacked. Poor devil. And also ignorant. But what are we going to be surprised about? All the politicians who have passed through Spain, or almost all of them who have been in power in Spain, have shameful photographs. All of them? Rajoy. Shaking hands with Iran? Well, I mean, this could be one. Let's continue. Felipe González with Ahmadinejad could be another one. Did you notice I included the Popular Party and added a photo of Aznar, though I don't have it here? And then, of course, Pedro Sanchez comes in. He also appears in this story, shaking hands and hugging. By the way, the government of Spain between 2018 and 2024 sold 6 million worth of dual-use materials to Iran, 6 million euros. I'm conducting a pretty thorough investigation, and I don't want to rush what we're going to present, because I know there will be legal issues coming up afterwards. So we have to be very sure, with the data, numbers, and products that have been sold to the Islamic Republic of Iran. There is a special interest in knowing whether Spain has somehow supported uranium enrichment or the Iranian nuclear program. What could be very interesting? By the way, I have recordings in the archives where Felipe González is asked by the Congress of Deputies if he was selling weapons to Iran or Iraq, and he denies it. Later, batches of weapons manufactured during Felipe González's term were found in Hezbollah's arsenals. What? All right, we have it around here. I have a really good investigation. I still have it stored away in the memory box, and one day we're going to bring it out so that people can see what's happening and what's really going on. Meanwhile, Pedro Sanchez is traveling all over Spain, and his wife is traveling around the Dominican Republic. He doesn't have any plan to bring the Spaniards back. It seems that the A400 planes can't be used to land at Ben Gurion Airport for 2 hours. Load the Spaniards and take them home. At least take them to Cyprus, and from there let them catch a commercial flight home. Like them, there are a lot of Spaniards who, due to the situation with flight cancellations, are all over the world. From India, from Asia, from the United Arab Emirates. They can't return because the flights are cancelled. And they're cancelled because there's a dictatorship that all the left-wing Spanish politicians are now trying to whitewash to cover up. Saying they're repeating what they did with Maduro, calling it illegal and disgraceful. Right now they're whitewashing the Iranians, the Iranian regime, as if they were up for the Nobel Peace Prize. They're launching drones, missiles against buildings, airports all over the world. They're shutting down the most important logistical and air hub in the world. The United Arab Emirates, along with Qatar and Emirates, practically have a monopoly, also obviously with Abu Dhabi and Bahrain, which are the main airlines that rule those skies. A daily volume of millions of passengers moves through there. Right now, those millions of people are nowhere to be found. They're waiting for someone to come and tell them something about how they can get out of this situation and why their government isn't there supporting them. The government is more worried that planes can't land in Spain, but isn't worried about ensuring they can land in Israel to rescue the Spaniards. And that's a real disgrace for the Spanish government, which should immediately be questioned by the opposition or by anyone who has decency. If there's any left in Spain, which I don't know anymore, I really don't know. Family Macron says that Macron cannot approve military operations or actions by the United States and Israel. He really has no say in it. Macron, who is now going to get quite nervous because Israel is going back to Lebanon. Macron controls the oil companies and gas stations in Lebanon, and that's going to make him very nervous. Doesn't he like it? Iran, which has been attacked over there, let's see. Multiple targets, look. Another Iranian nuclear site, another one. Let's go take a look at it. Let's take a walk around the map. Come on, let's get the map, compass, and dividers, and let's see where it takes us. This makes me curious to see this place. I think I know where it is. But it's always good to find out and see it for yourself. Outside you get easy. This one is easy, very easy. Good. I'm glad Isabel doesn't make it easy because I'm already getting tired. It's already been 3-4 days at full speed, giving it my all, and this is already taking a toll. There it is. What's here? I haven't seen it, huh? I haven't seen this place. I promise. I swear on everything. I don't know what's here. I don't know what's here. We're going to see it now. We're still live here on Military Strategies. Family, thank you so much. Let's see what this is. Complex, hidden nuclear. And that? Let's see. This looks like a park. What do you mean, nuclear complex? Let's see if Isabel got it wrong. Could there be something strange around here? Could there be something eye-catching, right? Let's see. Whoa. This area here looks a bit strange. Let's see. Whoa. Cars are parked out here. You go up this way. Shooting Academy. Well. And what about this here? A watchtower in a park. A little strange, isn't it? Another watchtower. I've never seen this facility before. I promise, really, I promise I didn't know about this. Let's see. Someone important must also live around here, or some pretty important people must live around here. You can see a lot of security, a watchtower too, restricted access. You can't go inside the facility, few vehicles, carefully selected personnel, water reserve. This, according to Israel, is a place where there was the necessary knowledge for the advanced weapons program or to develop nuclear weapons capabilities. In here, we see it again. We hit you. They haven't wanted to give many details. That means things are still in play. There's still action going on there. Another one of the places that were attacked today. This is also noteworthy. Tehran has 2 civilian airports. The Mehrabad one, this one, no longer exists. This airport is no longer operational. The explosions have been like something out of a movie, like in the cinema. What we've seen out there is absolute madness. By the way, in Gaza, the eliminations continue. Things are still being wiped out in Gaza. Make no mistake, it's still a war. To the south of Israel, let's watch the video from the airport. I have it right here. Of course, these people, since they use civilian airports also for military purposes, well, that's what happened. They have been destroyed. Planes have been destroyed. Some of them were stolen under embargo, and now they have already been destroyed. Images of Mehrabad Airport. This was happening around here. Excuse me, wrong video?
Thank you for watching the video.
The Airbus planes that some African company had been operating over there have been destroyed, and practically the entire airport has been destroyed. So now they only have one left. They have one left. But the IDF in Arabic has sent an important message to the Iranian leaders who are in Lebanon. Israel has given them an ultimatum, a strong ultimatum, a very strong one. They have 24 hours to leave Lebanon. If they don't leave Lebanon in 24 hours, they're going to start blowing up. They're not going to like this. They're not going to find it pleasant at all if they don't get out of there in 24 hours. More news, more news. Qatar has begun air operations over Iran. Qatar has started destroying missile launch positions that were attacking them. First step, the United Arab Emirates, which are facing the harshest attacks from Iran, do not rule out military action. And they state that the attacks were the last straw. It does not seem possible to minimize the damage or repair the rift with Iran. That means that will there be attacks from the United Arab Emirates, the Democratic Party in the US, the south of Rio? How is Governor Newsom of California? And I know that we have to know why our bombs or Israeli bombs were used to kill boys and girls in a school and what was the imminent threat. I think the latest count from the girls' school, I think they're at about 250 girls. Huh? I like it. Let him ask. Let's listen to him.
Were used or Israeli bombs were used to kill children, young girls at a school, and what the imminent threat was, it hasn't been described. We have to reconcile why our bombs were used, or Israeli bombs, very well. Girls at a
Muy bien.
school?
Very well. How does he know the bomb was from Israel? How does he know it was from the United States? How can he know all those details? Why not? Asked the governor. Why is the Iranian leadership holding press conferences inside a school? Why? Why a war press conference inside a school? So that they don't attack him, so that they don't finish him off, right? Very well, let's continue. Why the Republican Guard, the Guard? Islamic, it's the Revolutionary Guard. Republican or Revolutionary, I don't care. The Terrorist Guard. They sit down in the schoolyards and gather there. Why are the buses now inside the schools? Why are there no comments about this? Why are hospitals being used to shelter Pezeshkian and Arakchi? Why is that message of interest? Is it not relevant in this story? Why would that matter? For what purpose? If that doesn't sell, if that's not interesting, Sound of Lebanon? There's music, there's a good atmosphere. For now, tonight's barbecue hasn't started yet. It will start in a couple of hours when they're sleeping. Iran still hasn't fired. Not like the 12-day war did. It's clear that the entry of the United States into the war, that the US air operation, is having a powerful effect. If they're firing at the countries in the region, because their short-range weapons are easier to move, they're easier to hide, but the ones that reach Israel are more complicated. We have video, Tehran tonight, pay attention to this. Get ready for the video, family. We're live right now. On military strategies, 31,000 people watching. The destruction. the power of the United States? Could it be the B-52s? They usually work at night. It might be them, but it's not. The power of crazy ideas remains the same. Family, your likes, your comments. Sound from Tehran, sound of the war. Here live. Well, it seems pretty obvious. It seems quite clear that there's more at play here than just a simple plane. And the panic effect is already there. But what's really happening today? What's happening? Why aren't people going out into the streets? First, the United States of America has to eliminate the threat of missile launchers and missile silos and guards, revolutionary guards. The military bases have to be destroyed, and people really have to see that this isn't just about destroying 4 launchers. When Israel and the United States finish off the missile threat, which won't take long, and you'll understand, they're going to start focusing on the streets. Today, Donald Trump has been talking with the Kurds. He doesn't rule out arming them to launch an offensive on Tehran. That's not ruled out. It could be an option that's actually quite possible, quite practical. But it's not the only one. It's not the only option. Donald Trump still has tools, time, and money to keep going with this. Let's look at a chart. By the way, that video going around of Tel Aviv being destroyed by missiles, is that artificial intelligence? Tel Aviv is still there. In fact, tomorrow we're going out to film so people can see what life is like in the city. Launch activity from February 28th to March 3rd. What do we have? What? Is compared to the 12-day war. Tremendous. Drones y misiles. It is. What is the one? More or less 350 missiles, 800 drones on day 2, 150 to 200 missiles, 400 drones on day 3, 120 missiles, 500 drones on day 4, 40 to 60 missiles, 150 drones. Someone is having a crisis, or someone is running out of launchers, or maybe the person who has to launch them isn't willing to get blown up. Why? What are we referring to? The launchers, when they fire the missiles, reveal their position, they show where they are, and then they are pursued from the air, which makes the launch crew not want to launch. And if they do, even if they run away, they are chased by drones. Images. What we're seeing here is a civilian truck that has some plastic around it to hide the launcher. Long life, Khamenei. And the missile that's being launched? We'll tell you which one. It's the Zolfagar. Why do we know it's the Zolfagar missile? Or it could also be the Desfil, but I think in this video what we're seeing there could be the Desfil. It could be... They're very similar. Zolfagar and Desfil both have a range of 1,000 kilometers. I don't know. These missiles are surely being launched against the United Arab Emirates. They're also being launched from the border with Iraq against Israel, but they're not very efficient. These missiles should have been launched after wearing down or destroying the radars of the THAAD system and the Arrow system. But they're launching them recklessly. They launch 2 missiles from a truck, run away, and that's it, no more. 2, 3 missiles, 4 missiles a salvo, they don't have more, that's all. On the first day they launched more, and each time they're launching fewer. Yes, it's true, the alarms go off in Israel. Yes, it's true that they have to go off, and besides, well done. So that people have time to go to the shelters, so that people have time to hide if necessary. The first thing is to save lives, then comes everything else. Siguiente. First, on the first day, the United Arab Emirates received 137 missiles on March 1st, 20. On March 2nd, 9. On March 3rd, none. I think it's a sign of weakness, quite serious in fact, very, very serious, and that's going to take its toll. Maybe they are the ones who have the least time to withstand what's coming in the next few hours. Donald Trump won't get tired in a week. Until he ends the regime. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. It's that clear. The situation is what it is. It's what's happening. It's what's going on right now in the area. And we have to keep watching how things develop step by step. Obviously, later we'll have a program where I'll discuss what happened with Netanyahu and the Ayatollahs meeting in Qom. We'll cover that later in a special program. Qom, the elimination. Chief of the Iranian army, 24 hours after being appointed Iran's Minister of Defense. But I keep thinking, I keep going over it. How? The situation between Spain and the United States is going to lead to a crisis that will unfortunately cause a lot of damage. For Spain, we have fresh videos. See you.
Oh my, okay.
Oof. But what is this? It's some kind of missile launcher concentration. Ah, it's not an anti-aircraft battery. They're launchers, yes, from the Buque system, possibly with missiles. Whoa. Look, all the missiles flying after the explosion. Oh my God. What a barbecue. What madness. Macron gives the order for the French aircraft carrier to head to the Mediterranean to escort the French frigates. Macron is going to send his aircraft carrier to the Persian Gulf? I don't think so. But they're going to send frigates to Cyprus, I think. Oh my, Macron. CENTCOM. What a video CENTCOM has brought us. Pay attention. Well, what a show, huh? Drones, there they are. Another drone taken down by laser, another one. Look at the number of drones they have over there ready to go. They're like mushrooms popping up everywhere. Oh my goodness. Attention, breaking news right now. Serious, very serious. Extremely serious. Thank you, family. March 3rd, 2026, 9:36. In Israel, we are live from Israel. There are serious reports and video that Iran has attacked the United States Embassy, the United States Consulate,
Oh my goodness.
oh my goodness. The videos, wow. Let's change the title, Pay attention to the title. We have escalation. But of the forces. Pay attention to the program's title because it's going to change in a second. You're going to see it there. Wow. There it is. Title changed. We also changed the ticker. The United States Consulate in Dubai, attacked by Iran, is attacking the consulate in Dubai right now. Sorry, the United States Consulate in Dubai. Oh my, get ready for the video, we're preparing it. Breaking news right now here on Military Strategies. Exclusive footage here on Military Strategies. Oh my goodness. The consulate is burning. But then they say they're not a danger? To everyone. Donald Trump right now. Breaking news. Breaking news. Consulate burning right now. Breaking news. Well. With immediate effect, he has ordered the United States of America Development Finance Corporation to provide a reasonable price, insurance, and guarantees against political risks for the financial security of all maritime trade, especially energy, passing through the Gulf. These insurances will be available to all shipping lines. If necessary, the United States Navy will begin escorting tankers through the Strait of Hormuz as soon as possible. No matter what happens, the United States guarantees the free flow of energy to the world. The United States has the world's greatest economic and military power. More measures will be taken soon. Thank you for your attention, President Donald J. Trump. Trump is now going to escort oil tankers through the Persian Gulf. He will do this so that the price of gasoline and oil does not go up. All right, POTUS, to the rescue. More videos from the consulate. I don't know how many headlines we'll make per show now, since this is a total escalation. New video, let's watch it. There it is, right? Consulate burning. One second, this isn't the video. We have to see if it's the consulate. Let's keep the video looping for now. Let's see if it's the consulate or not. Let's see. Let's see. If it's the consulate, let's check it. Guys, it's confirmed it's the consulate. We're seeing it right there. It matches. This part of the building matches. That part matches with that one. What a blow. Oh my goodness. But wait a second. Because I want to see something, okay? I want to see something which is important. Of course, it's just that the consulate also acts as an embassy. Oh, terrible, terrible. Family, I'm heading to Studio Historia now. I'm heading to Studio Historia now. I'm heading to Studio Historia for a special guest. See you later, we'll be back later. More information, more content here on military strategies. Family, greetings from military strategies. See you at the next show. Everyone to Studio Historia. I'm heading there with a special guest.